Hello and welcome, everyone. We are really glad you are here with us today.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. It's great to be here.
So today we are doing a deep dive into a really fascinating topic. It is called The Art of Deep Listening, the Gentlest Gift.
It is a beautiful title, honestly, and a really important concept.
Absolutely. And I want to speak directly to you, the listener, right now. We know that many of you are here because you are looking to master both your communication skills and the English language.
Right, which is an amazing goal.
It is. So because of that, our mission today is to keep our pace really comfortable. We're going to use clear, simple vocabulary throughout this whole deep dive so it perfectly suits you as an English learner.
Yeah, we really want to make sure these concepts are super accessible.
Exactly. So to kick things off, I want to share a story from the source material that I think we can all relate to.
Oh, I know exactly which story you were talking about.
Right. So picture this. You are sitting in a restaurant trying to tell a friend about a really stressful week. You know, the kind of week where everything just goes wrong.
Yeah, where you just really need to vent.
Exactly. And as you are pouring your heart out, you notice your friend is just staring down at their phone, swiping,
Scrolling.
just completely checked out.
Yes. The key vocabulary word here is distracted. They are completely distracted. And when you finally stop talking, let the sentence hang in the air, they do not even look up.
Oh, that is the worst.
They just kind of mumble, yeah, that is crazy. It makes you feel like you are talking to a brick wall, like you are sending radio signals into deep space.
Just an absolute void.
Yeah, it feels incredibly lonely.
It really does. And, that feeling of sending signals into a void, it perfectly captures the fundamental psychological difference at the heart of our sources today.
Right, because there is a big difference between what your friend was doing and actual listening.
Precisely. Your friend was receiving the sound waves, they were hearing you, but they were definitely not listening to you.
And people use those two words interchangeably all the time, hearing and listening. Yeah, we treat them like they are the exact same thing, but they're entirely different experiences.
So how do the sources define that difference? For anyone learning English, it might seem like a really subtle distinction.
Well, hearing is simply a physical, unconscious instinct. It is just biology.
Just biology. Meaning your ears are just collecting sound.
Exactly. Sound waves hit your eardrum, and your brain registers the noise. If a dog barks outside, you hear it. You do not have to try.
Right. It requires absolutely zero effort.
But listening, and specifically this idea of deep listening, is a deliberate, conscious choice.
A conscious choice. I like that.
Yeah, it requires mental effort. You are actively choosing to direct your attention and your empathy toward another human being.
So hearing is something that just happens to you. But listening is an action you actually have to take.
Exactly. And if listening is a conscious choice, that naturally leads to a really big question.
Which is, why do we choose to do it so poorly?
Right. If it is just a choice, why is it so incredibly hard to just sit across from someone and truly listen?
I mean, I struggle with it all the time. I catch myself zoning out.
We all do. And that moves us from the definition of listening to the common mistakes we make. The sources call our biggest mistake the trap of fixing.
The fixing trap. I am guilty of this one for sure.
Most of us are. The trap of fixing is when someone comes to you with a problem, and instead of trying to understand their feelings, you immediately rush to give advice.
Right. You want to solve the problem for them right that second.
Exactly. We treat their emotional pain like a broken engine, and we want to be the mechanic who fixes it.
Which means we are not actually absorbing what they are saying at all.
No, we are totally missing the point. The sources use a really striking phrase for this. They say we spend most of our conversations just waiting to speak.
Waiting to speak?
Yeah, you are holding your breath, planning your brilliant advice, just waiting for the other person to pause so you can jump in.
It makes me think of a really relatable analogy. It is like slapping a Band-Aid on a friend before they even show you where the cut is.
Oh, that is a great way to put it.
You are just running at them shouting, "I can fix it," but they are still trying to explain how they got hurt.
And that completely misses the emotional mark. It feels so dismissive to the person talking.
But I have to push back a little here. Why is that our instinct? I mean, why do we jump in with solutions instead of just listening? Are we just selfish?
It is not about being selfish, actually. It comes from a place of caring, but it gets mixed up with our own biology.
What do you mean by that?
Well, when someone we care about is sad or angry, it makes us feel deeply uncomfortable. We are empathetic creatures. Seeing them in distress actually elevates our own heart rate.
Oh, wow. So their pain literally causes us physical anxiety.
Exactly. And because we do not like feeling anxious, we want the situation to end as quickly as possible.
Ah, I see. So fixing their problem feels like the fastest way to stop our own discomfort.
Yes. The subconscious logic is, if I solve their problem, they stop crying, and then my anxiety goes away.
That is wild. We disguise it as being helpful, but it is really just a defense mechanism.
Totally. We just want the awkwardness to stop.
Yeah. So we need to try and notice when we are just waiting for our turn to talk.
Right. Because they do not want a mechanic. They just want someone to sit with them.
Okay, so if jumping in to fix things is the wrong approach, what should we be doing while the other person is talking?
That brings us to the core concept of our second segment. The best gift you can give someone is simply being there. The sources call it presence.
Presence. It is a lovely word, but what does that look like in practice?
Presence is a nonverbal form of love. It means your body and your mind are fully anchored in the same room as the speaker.
So definitely no scrolling on your phone.
Definitely not. It relies heavily on two specific physical cues: eye contact and nodding.
Let's talk about eye contact first. For an English learner, knowing the cultural norms around eye contact is important. But psychologically, why does it matter?
When you look someone in the eyes, you are neurologically signaling to them, you are safe here. I see you.
It builds trust without using any words at all.
Exactly. And nodding provides continuous validation. It tells the speaker's brain that it is safe to keep going.
I can definitely manage eye contact and nodding, but my problem is always the silence.
The silence is tough for everyone.
Yeah, like when the other person finishes their sentence, that void of silence makes me panic. That is usually when I throw a piece of advice at them.
Well, the sources provide a really brilliant, actionable tool for exactly that moment. It is called the 3-second rule.
The 3-second rule. I love practical tools. How does it work?
It is very simple, but it takes discipline. When the other person finishes speaking, you count to 3 in your head before you reply.
1, 2, 3.
Yes. And it will feel like an absolute eternity at first.
You know what? Let's actually do a quick role play for the listener to show how this works. Let's show the wrong way first.
Okay, sounds fun.
Yes.
I will be the person with a problem.
And I will be the terrible listener who interrupts. Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
I had such a terrible day at work today. My boss was so...
Oh, you should just quit. Seriously, just find a new job. It is not worth it.
Wow. Yeah, that felt awful. You completely steamrolled me.
I was totally in the fixing trap. I did not let you finish at all.
Right. Now let's try it the right way. Using quiet presence, nodding, and the 3-second pause.
Perfect. Go ahead.
I had such a terrible day at work today. My boss was so critical of my project, and I just feel totally exhausted.
1, 2, 3. Oh man, that sounds incredibly frustrating.
See the difference? In those 3 seconds, I actually felt a sense of relief.
It felt so much calmer on my end, too. I didn't feel panicked to respond.
Because that tiny 3-second pause creates what psychologists call a safe space.
A safe space. I really like that phrase.
It allows you to hold space for the other person's emotions. You are letting them fully express themselves without any pressure.
Holding space. That is a great phrase for our listeners to remember. It just means being present and supportive without judging.
Right. It takes the pressure off both of you.
Okay, so the 3 seconds are up. We held the space. But eventually, we do have to use our words.
We do. And we want to respond in a way that actually helps.
Exactly. So how do we finally speak? What is the right way to reply?
This introduces our next tool, which the sources call the healing response.
The healing response. So this is what we say instead of trying to fix the problem.
Yes. The experts share 3 simple, warm, universal phrases. These act as your active listening tools.
Okay, let's go through them. What is the first phrase?
The first one is just, I hear you.
I hear you. Simple, clear English.
Very simple. But it tells the person, your words landed safely. I am paying attention.
I love that. What is the second phrase?
The second phrase is, tell me more.
Oh, tell me more. That is like opening a door for them.
Exactly. It proves you are actively interested in their inner world. You are inviting them to keep sharing.
And the third phrase?
The third phrase is, that sounds difficult.
That sounds difficult. That is so different from what people usually say. Usually we say, oh, it'll be fine, or cheer up.
Right. Which completely invalidates how they feel. Saying, that sounds difficult, honors their pain without trying to erase it.
It is just pure empathy. I hear you. Tell me more. That sounds difficult. Those are great tools.
They really are. And there's one more technique we can use. It is called reflecting.
Reflecting, like looking in a mirror. What does that mean in a conversation?
It means gently repeating the last few words the other person said. It shows you are tracking with them.
Okay, wait, let me play devil's advocate for a second.
Go for it.
Doesn't reflecting just feel like being a parrot? I mean, won't the other person notice I am just repeating their exact words and think it is weird?
It is a totally valid concern, but it
Wrong.
comes down to your intention. Think of the difference between a court reporter and a co-pilot.
A court reporter and a co-pilot. Okay, break that down for me.
Well, a court reporter just types out the exact words with zero emotion. It is robotic.
Right, just beep boop, hear your words.
Exactly. But a co-pilot is looking at the same map, feeling the same turbulence, and sharing the journey with you.
So it is not about robotic repetition. It is about validation.
Yes. You're showing genuine empathy. If someone says, "My dog ran away and I'm terrified," a parrot would say in a flat voice, "Your dog ran away and you are terrified."
Which sounds completely unnatural and creepy.
Very creepy. But if you soften your voice, lean in and say, "Oh, your dog ran away," that sounds so difficult.
Wow, yeah. The warmth makes all the difference. Repeating those last few words makes the speaker feel profoundly understood.
It really is magic when you do it with a warm tone.
So we have covered so much ground today. Let's do a quick summary for our listeners to wrap up the journey of this deep dive.
Good idea.
We started by looking at the unconscious, physical act of hearing and contrasted it with the conscious, deliberate choice of listening.
Right. And we talked about avoiding the trap of trying to fix people's problems.
Yes, holding back that Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Then we learned how to offer presence,
Using eye contact, nodding, and that very important 3-second rule.
counting to 3 to create a safe space. And finally, we learned how to speak with empathy using the healing phrases. I hear you. Tell me more. That sounds difficult.
And we talked about reflecting like a co-pilot, not a parrot.
Exactly. So to everyone listening, we want to give you a specific homework assignment based on these sources.
Yes, something you can practice today.
Tonight, try to consciously listen to a family member or a close friend. Put the phone away. And try using this specific phrase. I am here for you.
I am here for you. It is such a gentle gift to give
It
someone.
really is. Now, before we say goodbye, we always like to leave you with a provocative closing thought. Something to ponder long after this deep dive ends.
And this thought is really quite profound.
Take it away.
Well, if deep listening is a conscious choice that requires creating a safe space for others, what are we missing out on when we choose not to create that same silent, non-judgmental space to listen to ourselves?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we spend so much time distracted, avoiding our own thoughts. What if we offered ourselves that same gentleness?
That is incredibly powerful. Something for all of us to think about next time we reach for our phones to avoid the quiet. Thank you all for joining us on this deep dive into the art of deep listening. We will catch you next time.
Thanks for listening, everyone.